Greetings, ghouls and goblins, my universe and white and nerdy, and you might be wondering why the schedule for Lazyween keeps changing. Well, there's very good reasons for that. My Beetlejuice review I've worked on 4 times this month, guys, at 4 different points and tried uploading it 4 different times, and every single time I think I'm in the clear, it keeps getting copyrighted. And then, I just have it right down here. And then when I tried to do my review of Dark Shadows, yeah, that got copyrighted as well, maybe because of the music that I used and everything, but I was not going to go through that and ruin my voice again because I screamed an awful lot at that movie, so we're not going to do that again. So I'm going to go with the next best thing and make the schedule change, and maybe next year we'll get to both Beetlejuice and Dark Shadows, but I make no promises. So I've decided that for this year, we're going to be taking a look at something a little bit more different. One of the films that I have, we probably might take a look at in the future, but for definitely, or not the future, but later on this month. But we're definitely gonna end off things on a high note. I really hope so on actually Halloween. But as you guys know, I am a dork that loves his anime. So, of course, something that I actually want to review and wanted to review for some time now, and it's one of my personal favorite anime series, is actually going to be pretty much a great one. I will show you my DVD, but there's nothing fancy about it because when I bought this, it was just in a cardboard sleeve that had the entire first run of season 1. But I'm going to be talking about the first season of one of my personal favorite animes ever, and personal favorite vampire and horror anime, Blood Plus. I'm of course going to be talking about the first season of Blood Plus, so if nobody has seen Blood Plus yet, just to be forewarned, spoilers are ahead, so go and please check out this awesome anime. But as long as everybody else is with us, then let's check out the first season of Blood Plus, and just to be let you know again that there might be some spoilers within this review, so you've been warned again. Now, I am a dork that loves his vampires as much as the next person, but I think that Japan loves them even more if they'd done more with the genre than we actually have. Just to name a few of my favorite vampire movies, of course, it would be the Blade series, not Blade Trinity, The Lost Boys, Fright Night, Renfield, but then there's a few others that just don't come to mind right now. It's one of my favorite genres of supernatural creatures. I really do like understanding and basically learning about supernatural creatures. So of course Blood Plus was just one of those positive things for me. But Blood Plus was not known as Blood Plus as it had a various series of names all following the name Blood in the title. It's sort of like a saga of continuing stories, mostly revolved around our main character, Saya Uchinashi, who is mostly the main character to this. We'll see why. But I would have to say that I like how Blood Plus was like, okay, instead of basically a vampire hunting a vampire, because we have Blade for that, why don't we do something a little bit different? And the idea, truthfully, honestly works. So, let's head down to Japan and join a monster hunting vampire. And seriously, she's one badass motherfucker. So, let's check out the series that is normally known as Blood Plus. Our series begins as we meet our first main heroine, Saya Uchinoshi, and she's mostly a very athletic and very energetic young teenager for the time being. But Saya and her best friend mostly considered her to be basically more abnormal and weirder than probably the average normal everyday teenager that's out there in the world. As we see that Saya does indeed have a family. She had 2 brothers, a father, and she basically had been living well with them for them taking care of her for the rest of her life. Except Saya is not just your average everyday ordinary teenager, she's your average ordinary everyday vampire monster slayer. The series points out multiple times that Saya's blood, her vampiric blood, is the only thing that can slay these monster things. That's the only thing that can defeat defeat them, of course, which makes all of her family members more confused and concerned about what's actually happening. Saya only got reborn through this way thanks to her henchman slash bodyguard Hagi, which I suppose would be her familiar, but it's never truly said what Hagi is. He has a monstrous or deformed arm that he uses mostly in combat either to defend or to attack, but I will give Hagi some credit. He is one hell of a fantastic, sexy soloist. We find out that Saya wasn't born into the family. She was found by the father, who was supposed to kill her, but yet took her in. Hmm. A respected father figure inherits the ability of a supernatural creature that basically ends up saving the world and becomes sort of like a part of their family. Hmm. Where have I heard of this idea before? Because it sounds familiar, but I can't put my tongue on where I have seen this before. I wonder why I'm a fan of Blood Plus so much. I just can't put my finger on where this idea of a father inheriting a supernatural creature and making him a superhero of the world kind of concept comes from. I don't know.
Not at all. We just had to take certain precautions before we let you go. You gotta understand.
You were an unready father for an unwanted child. The boys gave him a name that very night. In retrospect,
Blood Plus mostly consists upon following Saya Uchinoshi and her, I'm gonna say familiar, Haki, was following themselves and taking down monstrous being. And the thing that I like about Blood Plus, I know that it is already existent off of a manga or aka comic book, but it does kind of feel more so of one of those animated series of a comic book character basically come to life. And what I mean by that is that Taya, even though that she is based off of a Japanese comic book, she feels like you would see this character in either Marvel or DC. And I say that with love because the way that they treat her in this and give her so much of character performance and so much personality that it's great. She does end up becoming one of my favorite characters because when we first meet Sarah, she's a sweet, innocent, and kind of kind hearted, polite young woman. But by the end of it, she has to summon up this warrior spirit that she honestly never knew that she had. It's kind of sad, really, and truthfully, was that you get to see that she just goes through a lot of hell. She already has, she rejected all of that memory, but then the moment when it came back, she felt sick to her stomach. She can't believe that she is one of these things. Hagi even told her and reminded her that she is a warrior and that what she has to do is very simple. But at the same time, Saya just feels like it's not in her destiny to basically do these types of things. And, well, unfortunately, she dragged down into it. There are several characters throughout all of history of literature, comic books, and old tales where they have to summon up their spirit and basically become a warrior or somewhat of a hero towards the end of it. And for Saya, she really had to do that, truthfully. Saya's just a young woman and everything was just handed to her. But then there comes a point where everybody must become a hero and save a life at some point. With Saya's father saving him, or saving her, within only the sixth episode, her father ends up being attacked by a Dito and dying.
さや、急いでくれた方が良さそうだぞ。
While the episodes are inconsistent and you can watch any one and get the simple premises of it, I would recommend starting with the first episode and then working my way down through all of them. And the driving point of most of the episodes is Saya remembering just who she was in the past, having basically PTSD flashbacks to when she was a part of the war. Saya becomes a great representation of kids that go through wartime, as there are still several kids that just get involved in this thing, and by the time that they get thrown into it, they become sometimes a lot worse than they usually are. They get to suffer their PTSD memories of their friend dying or becoming blown up or being set on fire or tortured by their enemies. It is really fucking messed up, but that's the whole point. The series wants you to feel for Saiya. They want you to understand just what she went through. They want you to understand what she experienced. So they want you to understand that she might be just 15, 16-year-old girl. She's just going through high school, but she's also suffering from the worst moment. There are several episodes that flash back to Saya's past, which honestly doesn't feel like it's thrown in. You honestly want to know more about her, especially when you find out that she is an immortal vampire queen that is basically a slayer of monsters, and how long has she been doing this. The series a lot reminds me of Helsing, but except where hosting kind of has a little bit of confusion here and there, like the inspiration from, Alucard and Integra, what is the whole deal is, why does Alucard yet care for Integra but want to screw her over at the same time? All of that is never truly fully exposed, but we know that Integra uses Alucard to basically help defeat the enemy. Here in Blood Plus, you get to know everything about Saya, you get to know her entire backstory, more or less, and you get to know why that everybody cares about her and why she is this weapon of mass destruction. So all in all, you actually know why this young girl is going through this. And the only reason why she's going through this is simple. Because she might be a cold-hearted vampire, but she's a vampire that can spread a lot of beautiful love. Saya is true and true a vampire, but yet she's one that cares an awful lot about the people that she's come to know, which makes her all the more respectable. She honestly doesn't care what she went through. She honestly doesn't care what she suffered through, but she just doesn't want to see the world or anyone else suffer for the same problems she has. The series absolutely does a wonderful job with Saya Uchinoshi, making us really feel and understand for such a young but yet powerful and kind-hearted character. Like, we understand that Saya is just this young girl that just wants to live her life, but at the same time, everybody remembers that she's supposed to be saving the world. Because every time that she gets something good in her life, she has to remember, oh yeah, I have to go out there and kick monster ass in order for me to save the day and in order for people to stay protected. But even if you ignore Saya as the main character, her other brothers are definitely another great factor into the series, as they become a heart and soul behind it just as well. Believe me when I say that Blood Plus just might not be for everybody. It definitely probably isn't. But it still has a redeeming factor at being a very beautifully done and well done anime. I've watched both the Japanese and English dub of it, and truthfully, both versions are equally awesome. I love the English voice actress for Saya, really giving her heart, emotion, and feelings that you've probably never felt before. She does a fantastic job, and including Hagi as a kind-hearted, soft-spoken type of character, but yet still has some sort of demeanor behind him, was also fantastic too. I won't spoil the end of season 1 for you guys because I want you to actually go out and see this anime yourself. But let's just say that you'll probably never see what happens. Or if you've seen other horror anime, you might have seen it happen. So, am I recommending Blood Plus to all of you guys? Absolutely. Blood Plus is beautifully done, really well done. In fact, the studio Aniplex behind it really made some gorgeous looking animation and gorgeous backgrounds. The music is fantastic, mostly composed by famous composer Hans Zimmer, who does beautiful orchestral work. And really, in certain spots, he knows when to go nice and beautiful composure into dark and sinister. The best work that he done was when Hagi played his solo. It's not the same song over and over, but you do get that beautiful composition done. Whether or not it was Hans Zimmer Orchestra or Yo-Yo Ma, I honestly don't know, and truthfully, I honestly don't care, as it is just beautiful music, and both Hans Zimmer and Yo-Yo Ma are very beautiful composers in their own right. So, if you can for the Lazyween season, I highly recommend that you pick up Blood Plots, as it is a definitely really well done, well crafted horror anime that can be seen by any and all otaku for this Lazyween season. So, give yourself a trip and give in to the vampire's bite, or have her save your ass if you need it. That works too, and please do check out Blood Plots. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me at Twitter with the link in the description down below. And please check out Blood Plots. And for those of you that also love Blood Plots that have seen the other seasons, let me know if the other seasons are worth checking out as well too. And if I have piqued your interest, please do and go check out Blood Plots. It is an amazing anime series that you guys should check out. I don't know about the manga. I truly never read it, but I think that you should check it out too. And I apologize for the Lazyween being not what I anticipated and not what I wanted. But maybe next October I will take a look at both Beetlejuice and Dark Shadows, and hopefully not be an idiot when doing my Dark Shadows review next time. But thank you guys as always for watching. I'm Lazy Universe. I want nerds keep you on. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon if you love Lazyween and you never want to miss a video. There is a good way to do so. So thank you guys as always so much for watching, and until next time, and as always, take care and stay spooky.